greetings. Thank you for joining us for our bioweapon updated news of the day. I don't have any news, but I'll do a channeled energy message. So this is your bioweapon to go for your daily bioweapon knowledge of what your daily dose of bioweapon bioweapon digest. This is the place to come. And also, some of us are becoming professional barbers. Maybe not professional. I'd rather have somebody else do it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Fuck. All right. So today's adventure is about the 10 days of darkness. I think I've already mentioned that. I was going to do 3 days of darkness, but 10 sounds so much better than 3. So I just did the 10 days again for the hell of it. Kind of beat the horse to death as much as I can. I guess some are going after David Wilcock about that, but isn't that a QAnon thing? But shouldn't we be going after QAnon about that? Doesn't matter. That can mean all kinds of things too. So, 10 days of darkness. How about 3 months of darkness? How about until September darkness? I don't think that we're going to be coming out of the woods at all from this anytime soon. These are just going to get worse and worse and worse. Not for everybody, but this is not going to get much better anytime soon. And it's not going to end by the end of April. Good luck with that. Soon it'll be like 12 feet away from each other. Everybody have to wear a mask, and I know that's going to happen. They can't make everybody wear a mask. So, yeah, it's going to get ugly. It's just, I already mentioned this about the alien disclosure energies. If it's a timeline that I'm aware of, we're just getting started. I think I mentioned that, but we're going to keep mentioning it until something happens. Not that this is a positive, but, yeah, it sucks, but, humanity is not opening, they're not open-minded at all, so this shit's happening. Not to say that open-minded people are going to go through this either, but it's just, the more closed-minded you are, it's like the contract of being closed-minded has ended. Now you can be open-minded, but many chose not to be. And now we have our situation now. And we can be more open-minded. Aliens can show up. People can connect more to their guides, and the violence on this world can die down pretty well. But nope. So it just continues on the same cycle over and over and over. So here we are. So this is one way of ending a cycle. It's not easy. It's not fun. It's horrible. This is why a lot of the medical treatments aren't making any sense. Is this the whole thing is just a big mess, and it's going to get worse, unfortunately. It's going to be, like the Black Death, unfortunately. Similar to that. Spanish flu, I think it's going to be more like the Black Death. Not, well, you never know, but it's going to it's going to get bad before it gets better. So, not to be a gloom and doom or anything. So your whole thing about 10 days of darkness, if we're only so lucky, it's not going to be the power out or anything like that. Realize also, people are thinking that they can predict the future and all that power, 10 days of darkness, power is going to be, it's going to happen just like this. Realize a lot of stuff is going to happen that we're not going to be able to predict. And that's, you talk about FEMA to death and beat that to death. And they're doing it. I mean, if you're afraid of like FEMA insects, FEMA cockroaches, I'm just waiting for that. Those are all nanotechnology trying to kick your ass. I mean, dude, if people are doing that, yeah, it's like, first of all, it's great entertainment. Second off, damn. It's like, you gotta, and some people, not gonna mention names, say that they're positive about this, not scared. They look right in the camera, and they look like they're freaking terrified. So, I have to admit, it does bring some humor to some of us. But yeah, it's just, Yeah, this thing's gonna get worse, no doubt about it. Just Orlando's already a mess right now. Yeah, they already have food banks out, and we're just getting started. And that thing, and Orlando's not going to open up anytime soon. They're not going to open up anything. The parks aren't going to open up. Maybe the way this is looking, never. It's like, I mean, unless this thing disappears, unless this virus just automatically disappears, and it might do that. It might, that's when everything could go back, sort of back to normal. Not this way normal again, but just, at least in the United States. I don't know about the rest of the world. In the United States, we're in for a ride, that's for sure. And predicting it's not going to be easy. The best is just have a positive outlook, try to be upbeat, but things are going to get, but you don't want to see it that way or whatever it is. And but the more positive outlook you can bring in, but there's so many gloom and doomers out there. I think the government's going to come and get them, and the government's not trying to do any of that. Try telling them that. They think we're going to microchip and all that nonsense. It's just, I don't know why the collective needs that. Why is that so popular? But anyway, that's fine. It's fine. It's just, if you want to see anybody that's getting manipulated is by Trickster Energies, that's Alex Jones. And anybody that's somewhere in town. Not to bash Alex Jones, but that's a perfect example of Trickster Energies that have gone to town. Brought a luxury life, good money, the happy existence, and the mind has gone completely nuts. And others have followed because it brings in a pretty nice lifestyle. Conspiracy entertainment. And I think a lot of that's going to start going away, though. So, but, so yeah, maybe 10 Days of Darkness sounds pretty good for some of them. Fort Detrick is, I don't know if I need to show an image online, but Fort Detrick is a bioweapon. It's a military bioweapon. What's the name of it? Well, I guess I'll just show it. It's easier. It's in Maryland. It is, it's just what they call themselves. But yeah, it's a bioweapon research lab. So it just got reopened. Okay, well, I guess some are not too happy it reopened on April 1st. This is not April Fool's Day joke either. So it got closed in August for some reason. Last year it got shut down. You can look it up. August, Fort Detrick. This is in Maryland. Of all places, in Maryland. Got shut down. It's been shut down until recently. And now we have a virus that's wiping out the country. So is there a connection there? It's possible, and I want to see yes until proven otherwise. It's a little piece of the puzzle. I believe it has a lot to do with it. It's a little, just who knows? Betrayal, who knows? They're working on something, lost their funding, wanted to sell it to somebody. Hell broke loose in China. Who knows? But this place got shut down as part of the military. They had military games in China, so I don't know. It's really hard to prove anything, but it's hard to say, of course. All right. For those who are new to all this, IronStar.com. Private sessions. Warner channel. Google Hangout Zoom channel by phone. Questions. I'm on the 17th for some people of March, and I am actually, for some others, I'm on, I think, the 25th. I don't remember. 27th for some. Same situation here. I have other channels and heroes I do recommend. Social network and awesomeness. So yeah, I'm going to kind of ring the bell over and over again. I'm going to say it anyway. I still believe this is still a build up to alien connections. I believe we're also getting closer. I uploaded one for tomorrow about whatever's in that. I'm not going to repeat what I have in there, but yeah, like a silver bell is a casualty of war, and no doubt about it. Yeah, we're just getting started with. Had an attack last night, like a paralyzed energy. I felt like a being, or maybe it was Cabal. I could see that. I felt like they had like me in a head, like in a head vice, you know. And I was, of course, sleeping when that happened. So the joys of being a part of all of this. So yeah, I believe this is all connected to alien disclosure. We're being retooled, rebuilt, refastened, rechanged. We're not going to be like nothing's going to be the same again, ever. It's just we're not out of the woods, and we got. I mean, this thing going for 2 years or 3 years. People think everything's going to open up at the end of April. Good luck with that. Like what? It's like, there's a grocery store, like the basement of the grocery store, or yeah, things are gonna get so you just have to get more creative at home, because yeah, I mean, maybe August, maybe this might start letting up in some areas, but doesn't mean we're gonna be out of the woods. Doesn't mean anything's gonna be really fully. If things open up, it'll be partially opened up, and it's just gonna be a weird world. So yeah, I would just say expect the worst as we go through our, I guess, a purge in some cases. It's not positive. I mean, it's not great, but it's positive and not positive. It's above everything, so sucks. But yeah, alien energies are definitely involved with all of this. Not to say that aliens are causing this, but their involvement is somewhere. Let's put it that way. So yeah, the spirit world is losing their minds, some portions of it, and those that are super positive, that are very hypocritical of other people, feel like they're very strong and all that, are going to be tested heavily this next couple of months, because things are going to start imploding somehow, and these super positive people are not going to be able to handle it. We've just gotten started. So I believe why some companies or big companies are going to start falling apart. And our economic infrastructure is going to start breaking apart. Not completely, but a good portion of it will. So that's not the end of the world or anything. You just got to stay strong through all this. See, to start losing your mind, think FEMA's going to come and get you. I don't know where that's going to go, but yeah. So yeah, the mind is a tricky place. It's amazing what you can invent with it. You can lie to yourself and invent all these possibilities, all this wonderfulness, and disconnect from reality. It's amazing. People do it all the time. Obviously, from what it looks like on YouTube, they're not alone. That seems to be, live in a fantasy world, you get all the attention. You live in reality, well, that's a whole nother story. If you're to connect with aliens, bring that energy here. Most people are not ready for it. Small amount. You would think more would be interested in this, but not really. I don't think so. They might talk the talk, but don't walk it. They're not walking it. Because technically, the more, yeah, people like doing the research, they like talking about it, they like writing their books, but that's about it. They like having a radio show about it, but that's about it. They're not into them being here physically. It's just all fireworks. And when the show's over, that's it. They're not into the actual beings being here. So some of us are here to bring them actually physically here, and taking the beatings and taking all of the abuse from it, and around MK Ultra people, etc. Jeez, lovely. My cat got taken out, and hopefully that's the only casualty. But yeah, I know this being's gonna kick my ass. That's for sure. Especially last night. So yeah, well, that's in the other video, but either way. So yeah, Fort Detrick, I believe, is very connected to this situation here. It's just kind of odd. It shut it down, and then they have military games in China, and then here we are. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just there's some kind of connection there, whatever it is. So, either way, yeah, I still feel, yeah, obviously shadow government energies. Obviously, um, there's obviously I mean, I still feel there's a new cabal coming in. It just hasn't fully gotten power, but it is working towards it. But yeah, it's just nothing's going to be 100% clear. But as for alien energies, as I said before, when they do start arriving, maybe next year, maybe nobody's going to really know the year and time and frame and all that. Maybe this year, yeah, most likely something's going to happen this year for somebody somewhere. Well, some indication, something where people will get a view that these guys are definitely here, and it's time because we've how would we put up on such bullshit as it is? I mean, how long can all this reality keep going? I mean, it's already running on a flat tire. How long can you keep? You know, some of us incarnate here for a reason. You come here just to go to Disney and give them the middle finger. That's, yeah, I can get old after a while. There's actually more to this, and this is bringing these beings in. And most of society just in denial. That's not real. That's not real. I mean, until you just get so old with that. But yeah, I believe they can, when the timing is right, they're going to make an appearance. I'm talking about the alien beings, not the people that don't believe in anything. The alien being, somebody is going to make an appearance somewhere, somehow, where you know people will think it's fake because people are in La La Land, and a lot of them are going to be hurting really soon too, unfortunately. But you know, that's what it's, I mean. You open up your mind, you'd be surprised what you can create. But if you're just isolated in like an iceberg thinking process, you know, just has to learn the hard way. Basically, that's what's going on right now. And you keep creating all these fantasies about FEMA and, you know, helicopters coming to get you and all of that. That road can only go so far too. I'm not sure what that's going to happen with that, but that'd be interesting. I mean, some are talking about this doomsday situations. They can bring it to themselves. A lot of people don't want that, but some do. Some profit off, and then they go to another reality where they just do it again. They're scared of the government. They keep reincarnating the world. They're scared of the government. That sounds like a great life. Jeez. I mean, it sounds like fun. I guess. You know, more power to you on that one. But yeah, I believe the alien beings. So when I'm talking about alien being, I do see a bluish, like feline being that might make an appearance. Well, who knows? We'll just leave it up. Yeah, who knows? So yeah, there's gonna be not one that's been channeled before. Just want to put that out there because another one's being channeled. Now it's corrupt as hell. But not to name names. But yeah, it's just there's. Obviously, they can't go into full details, but we are going into a time of alien disclosure of some kind. I'm not saying it's going to happen now, but we're kind of putting the energy out there for those that wish to bring them in a physical form. I've been talking about it here and there over a long time. After a while, I get tired of talking about it because it doesn't happen. But I believe this is the road towards it. People didn't think this was going to happen. Here we are. The whole world's imploding. So it's just being recalibrated for new energies to come in. We're changing. New technologies are going to come in. And welcome to your alien world. It's not going to happen overnight. But yeah, some of the stuff I'm probably going to repeat. But I'll say it again anyway for the hell of it. Yeah, because what I saw as a possibility, yeah, there's going to be like what's going on. Also mass death. It's going to be hell to go through, but like everything has to change. And that's what exactly we're going through. And my video is out of focus. I guess I can fix it. Change everything. Well, I guess I can. Sorry. It's technology at its finest. There you go. Not that it matters, but something. There's definitely somebody here. Yeah, I've been blocked a lot, figures. Yeah, there's definitely somebody. Yeah, there's there's a presence right here. I have goosebumps on me right now. So, yeah, I mean, people are already losing their minds right now, right? Well, we're just getting prepared. I mean, it feels like too. It's like people have it. Wow, it's like one thing after the other, implosion after implosion after implosion. You get kind of tired of losing your mind. It's like aliens might as well show up while they're at it, and then there they are. It's like, I mean, that's pretty much what we're being built towards. And you're gonna find out some of these like coast to coast AM, but some of them are really legit, and others are just kind of just, I guess, they're just watering everything down because they have to. But so some of them might leave too. They might just leave the Earth because they're not really here for that. Who knows? But yeah, the real deal is coming in. Of course, it can't prove anything. Uh, that's the hard part, but it is slowly moving in. I want to say, yeah, sometime this year, some things are going to start opening up. Not sure when or how or what. I don't know. Just have to roll with it. So, all right. Well, there's some alien energies here, but I felt the Elohim here, so we'll see what we get from those vibrations at this time. All right, blessings. There we go. Greetings to you, God Elohim. Your energies, yes, are with us as we combine with you. Yes, the feline vibrations of a healing energy. Yes, seeing a big cat being as an alien is healing for some, terrifying for others. But at least it shows you an alien vibration is among you. Unlikely they will show themselves anytime soon, yes, or most likely receive a visitation from a humanoid experience. And of course, we'll just leave it at that. At this time, yes, the souls are going through a lot of rejuvenation process. Some are surviving this virus, of course, many are not. Many are going to higher astral to take on a new role of their own experience. Humanity is going to have to face itself. It has actually been distracted looking in other directions. It has not truly. Humanity is not always tapping into its full potential, as many of you know. And now you're going through an upgrade. It might feel like a downgrade, but it's actually an upgrade. And you're like clearing out, yes, like old energies, old skin, old vibrations for the new to come in. You have hit your peak of the old vibrations. There's nowhere else to go. You've done everything that's here to warrant in this third dimension environment. Fourth dimension, fifth dimension, mostly fourth is coming in. And that's why everything's being rearranged. You might put a government label on it, whatever label you need. That's for you to bring comfort. Some need the government to do everything, sometimes in a negative way. Some like the adventure of that, but a lot of times the government doesn't know anything, and they're the last ones to know anything. So some are giving, yes, the government way too much credit of taking over your planet, as they're the most clueless beings out there on your world. They're like the last ones to know anything, as you see how slow they react to everything. They are in the back seat while many of you are on the front seat. So many like the adventure of having a government control them, and some of that has to do with family connections of a dominating energy. Either they were a dominating energy on other lifetimes, or they had someone dominating them. Having a power that's over you seems to be an energy that, yes, the boss there have not healed from. Some of that is reptilian origins. Some of them are in the conspiracy realms of fear are used to reptilian environments where they have been through similar situations. Many of them have been commanders even doing these things to other worlds. So there's many different aspects of looking at it, and many of you just want peace. Yes, the most unexciting reality, but it is most needed at this time. Basically, to share love with your society. And many of you are putting out that love right now. This is what the world needs. Some are in the fear energy because that's all they know. You put an energy of love out around you. You get a different environment, don't you? You talk to the virus. You feel, is it a virus at all? It's an energy. It's a being. It's not a virus at all. Then, I mean, if you call that a virus, might as well call yourselves a virus is where you're at it. This is an energy source that's very powerful that many of you are getting to know. Many of you do not need to go through the negative side. You can connect to the positive. And that is usually keeping it away from you at this time. It's like this is why spiritual understanding is much needed to bring a positive vibration around your earth, to help you connect to more positive timelines. Not always sooner, because you have to go slow for you to transition. Sooner, quicker is not always the best way to heal, but to bring the best energies into your environment, for you to see the future more clearly. So many of you wish to see the future more clearly is to just know oneself, know yourself. And if you don't see the future, there's a reason for it. It's not meant to be seen. Just know who you are and know your space. Many get to know their space and they can't handle it. You should be able to be at home and not go crazy. You should be able to be at home and make it work for you. And if you're going crazy, that means you probably don't really know yourself that well. And it's a great time to get to one's existence. And then he's like, wow, I never want to leave home anymore. Going out is fun, bringing friends back. We could all be here together. It's like, look what I've discovered about myself. As many of you are doing right now. A spiritual development. Many of you are connecting to other worlds, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, bringing those vibrations into you. Yes, it might seem crazy to your average human, but many of you have had incarnations there. Especially Mars. Mars is the war planet. Very true. Many of you incarnated in Mars to prepare you for this world. Some of you have shut down this world, now you're here to awaken it. You know who you are. It is awakened for various reasons. It is ended its cycle, as you've heard time and time again. It's not an easy cycle, no. Being on this planet is never easy. But many of you are with those souls that are crossing over. That's why some of you feel tired. Because you're with the souls that have crossed over and they don't know where they are. So many of you are with them at this time. Many of them. And it becomes very heavy on you here. But also helps you with your mission here. So many of you are actually doctors in astral, spiritual doctors. Doesn't mean you have to be Reiki masters. You'd be surprised. Yeah, you know about the soul. It's like, you know, on this world, being a military person is very important. It has a positive, but being a doctor is very important too. You'd be surprised how many of you are in that position of being both. But some would rather be a doctor of energy, a doctor of creation. And that vibration is, I believe you can see it. And some souls are learning all of that balance. But some of you have been a doctor, an astral doctor, and a military doctor to bring in the new vibrations. Doing a job that most people don't want. Yes, and everyone's not going to like you. You're going to get backlash. And most do not want that position because they want to be loved by everyone. But somebody has to take that position of not being liked. But it takes you to a higher realm of astral, higher levels, layers of reality that, yes, you might not like the food you're eating, the place that you're living, the situation that you're in. It's all done for a reason because, yes, you're on military. It's a military, job, position that is top secret. As some of you realize, even you don't know your mission, but you know it is of the greatest good of society. Some of you are here to also release hidden agendas within some of these major corporations that some of you are looking into. Some are connecting to military. Military is much of an alien presence here. It's an easy way for aliens to incarnate and not be seen. And some of them control a lot of the military directions on their world. Some do an excellent job, some do a not so great job. That's why they have walk-ins. So, or some of them just get released from your planet, as Julius Caesar was. So, blessings to you. There is another entity here. Blessings. Greetings to you. Well, the Arcturians. Blessed. Your religions are falling apart, as some of you have noticed. As no one ever saw that happening, as their doors are closed. For some, at least, not all. As they are recalibrating their existence, kind of letting those individuals that are part of that religion to find themselves, and many of them will discover more of themselves. As the religion said, no, do not look into yourself that way. And many said, open up the door of who they truly are. As religion is a locked door for some, not all. But it is also a way of connecting to your alien energies. So take what you need and leave what you need to leave. As all religions are of one entity. Part of it is of the Elohim, as many other beings that are involved with it. It is basically a doorway for aliens just to incarnate into your world, to assist. Going by the guidelines of your planet, of what your human consciousness is set up. And some beings do hijack how your human consciousness think of, how it thinks, and I'm not going to go into details of that now. But realize, yes, your Atlantis energies came here to seed your Earth, to bring you to where you are today. This was always the plan. It was not always the plan for you to be super high-dimensional beings. For a limited time, yes, but the idea was to remove all of that, to make you very powerful, and to shut it all down. And then you grow unlike you've ever grown before. There's a lot of stubborn alien beings out in the universe. There's many stubborn beings all across everywhere that needed incarnation here. To basically, many beings have gotten lost. So they incarnate to find themselves. Some of them think they can never do any wrong. They incarnate here and find everything they've done is wrong. So it's how it might take a lifetime or several. Usually it's a lifetime. Sometimes it's their deathbed where they figure out who they are. Yeah. At 90, just like, oh, that's who I am. Spend their whole life having no clue of their direction. But at least they figured it out eventually. Your virus situation, yes, is a global reset. Eventually, continents will be moved around. I don't think you're ready for that one just yet. Right now, society is being moved around. Many of you, as higher dimensional beings, are removing these continents yourselves, vibrationally. So it'll be an earthquake. It's like, I think I had something to do with that. So right now, yes, there's underground mischief going on. But what matters right now, that matters, but what matters is who you are personally. And basically, as some of you are opening up your magic, now's the time for magic to be reacquainted with some of you individuals. Manifestation, especially at time, some need to be pushed at a time of panic for them to actually activate themselves. Some people need death to activate themselves. They need a death in the family to know there's a little bit more going on than what they've been told. As religion is going to show its true colors as it already is. That's going to show it even more over time. Some don't want to see it, but many start to see it. And all this blockages of having the message being heard and not everyone's hearing it, collective is that those days will come to an end. More people will hear our message, but right now humanity is in denial that we even exist. Well, alien energies are similar to like your technology, your automobiles, your bikes, technology in general. Most humans are ignoring it. What do I need that for? And over time, they find themselves of need of it as they want more education to open themselves up. So we are here to unlock the human. Why are aliens here in the first place? To help you reset yourselves for the better. Some will go into the worst, but we already know who they are. They're easy to catch. It's easy for us to see everything. So we have to know how you are, how you operate, everything. We need to go through the ups and downs of society. You have to incarnate with you. We need to know what's going on here so we can assist you when you're ready to turn yourselves on. So we have to go through all what you go through. Abuse, physical abuse, child abuse, whatever it is. We have to go through it too. You're not the only ones that have this. We go through it on your world. We don't go through on our worlds. But some worlds do have it too. It's like even in work, some of that not as much as on your world, but we do have it. It just shows that growth expands out from this planet. And it's not all perfect in the universe, as many of you know. Some worlds have gone too far, as some of you know. Some reptilian worlds have taken abuse to a whole nother level. And you remember that. So you're here to basically reset yourselves. But also, yes, to be optimistic. It's good to be optimistic. But also to know those that are connected to, yes, the dark energies of governments and all that are usually younger souls that are, yes, playing in the sandbox of conspiracies. It's fun there. It's like you're playing school as a kid. You're playing grown up. It's just making up stuff. It's fantasy for some. Some of them definitely have been through it and don't want to experience it, don't want to call it in, don't want anything to do with it. But others are actually asking for a beating, as you can see. Why? Is because they have not grown. They feel like they need it. They need that type of attention. A lot of that's lack of attention at home. If you need the government to come and get you and do all these things, many of them have not got much love at home when they're growing up. I know that sounds strange, but it's true. It's lack of attention. If the government comes and gets me, I have all this attention now. How exciting. Because I'm such a mischief person. I like to break the rules. Yes, and us aliens do have humor with that. Yes, we don't find it humorous. We do, but we don't. But it is humorous in some ways, yes. It's not fun to watch when it goes through it, but it is entertaining. And some of us don't even understand why anyone would put that in their energy field, but we know your world is kind of like it likes to stand in the mouse trap and wait for the cheese to be put in there and then to have the thing fall on them. It's like they stand outside too, just to get the thing to get them. So it's entertainment for them. But yes, there's a lot of healing many of those souls. We're not going to go into full details of it. But there are alien energies. As for the aliens coming in, obviously we're already here. You just have to up the frequency a little bit. And there we are. Some of you are already in that pattern at this time. And yes, eventually we will make our appearance when the time is right. There are timelines that are being formed at this moment. As for time frame, we can't go into details, of course. 10 Days of Darkness is once again there's many meanings to it. You say 1,000 meanings to it. Does not mean your electricity goes. Yes, there are timelines where a power outage will occur, but they're not going to say exactly when. Most likely won't go to 10 days, but they're not going to go into details. Those are more dystopian realities that some of you are definitely. It's also for some of you to avoid. Why that was said was to avoid that timeline. Because it can go much more in 10 days. But no electricity, nothing. There are no phones, no nothing. And that's when things are going to get not so friendly. And not just everybody has nothing. So we believe a lot of that has to do with avoiding that type of timeline. People think mass arrest is going to happen instead of be mass distress instead. So we believe that's being avoided at this moment. What's going on is clarity of the soul. What does the soul want to? The soul is always given choices throughout the day, dozens of choices. It says no, 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 no. Oh, look, torture. I'll take that one instead. Delusional thinking. Yes, that one's more interesting. Where do I grow from that? I don't really grow that much, but it is more entertaining. For me, at least. Growth is, many don't really, you'd be surprised how many do not want to grow, but have opportunities to grow. Ready to grow, being a kid is more fun than being an adult. As many of you know, being an adult is very boring. It's not really boring, but to younger souls, it is like watching paint dry. Now they have to make decisions, big decisions, as some of you have made and making. It's just not as exciting for some. So, yes, the alcohol and drugs is fun and everything, but many of you have already been through that. And now you're at the drinking water and eating healthy and knowing disaster is not around the corner. There will be some, but yes, you all get through it through the energy of each other. Yeah, you're all guiding lights to each other. You're all to assist each other through all of this. And many souls just need to go through the drama of reality, because there's a lot that has not been learned there. And many of you are going to be with them on other incarnations. It's like you realize you didn't have to go through that, but we're going to still be with you anyway. So that's why some of you are feeling tired also. Those that have crossed over say, what do I do with myself now? So some of you are assisting them on their reincarnation processes right now. And it's very heavy because many are leaving right now. So, alright, blessings to you on your connections. Blessings. Alright, blessings.